taking the freight from me. Because I pulled it from out of the truck onto the dock plate. And then I dropped my jack and pulled it out. He just rolled in like this, picked it up, backed up, moved it. I brought 7 of them out. He didn't even have to help me push them out the truck. I pulled every one of them motherfuckers out. Right onto the dock. And the dock was on an incline like this because of how low my truck was. So it was on the incline. So each of them skids was about 800 or 900 pounds that I was pulling. And I didn't need the motherfuckers' help. I just pulled the shit out. Pulled it out, dropped it, and moved out the way for him to come on there and grab it. And this black ass motherfucker still sitting there. He ain't gonna load that here. It's too low, truck too low. Let's go to the other dock, dock 16, go dock 16. Motherfucking Esau already, who's over him, his master. Nigga, your master done already told me to offload it right here. And I said to him, while he was sitting there pulling the thing off, I was like, man, chill out, Steven. You know? I said it to him just like that. And this nigga, he just he's sitting there, old black ass crow motherfucker, at the post office. In that post office too, it ain't nothing but Jake's up in there, man. It's Esau and Jacob, but Jake is holding a lot of positions up in them post offices, man. It's Jake up in there. Just like one time I did a delivery down to the I'm trying to think of the name of the building because I can't. It was a building that was I think it was the Department of Treasury down in D.C. I had to make a delivery there one night. And it was that night that the delivery had to be made. It was scheduled for me to be there, I think something like 8, 9 o'clock at night for them to take this delivery. So I'm making the delivery, right? And then when the gate opens and the motherfuckers come out with the tactical clothing on, guess what nationality these motherfuckers were? It was all fucking Jakes. All Negroes. M16s, they got the full gear on vest. It was Negroes. I think it was the Department of Treasury down in D.C. a couple years, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. I did a delivery one night there. And there was nothing but Jake up in there. Even after they pulled the stuff off the truck, and I think I had to get a signature, I went in the building. I got frisked by a Jake. I went through the metal detector. A Jake standing right there behind the counter. I went in. They let me use the bathroom. I went in, used the bathroom, came back, they signed, and I got the hell up out of there. It was Jakes up in there. Nothing but Jakes. These are these nice little government jobs that once you get that job, it's like hard for you to lose it. You gotta really be a fuck up. But once you in there, it's like they make it hard for you to lose that job. You gotta really be a fuck up. It's Jakes, like we said before, Jakes is the one holding this fucking place up, man. It's niggas holding this fucking society up, literally. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased?
Right.
The golden city ceased.
Right, the golden city ceased. How hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. Talking about America. This was looked at as the golden city. There were people who came in from other countries and they believed, it was told them that there was gold in the street. Basically, America was painted as the kingdom of heaven to a lot of these heathens from these different countries. And that's why they come here, because they come here to make money. They don't come here for no other thing but then to make money. That's what these heathen come here for. Go ahead.
Yeah. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked.
Right, the Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked. And meaning their power. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked, meaning their power. Go ahead.
And the scepter of the rulers.
And their scepter, their power. Go ahead.
He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke.
Right, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. And again, like I said, that movie Django, you gotta, if you ain't see it, you gotta see it. In the movie, since the black woman loves the fucking cracker so much, and fuck her too anyway, They were beating the shit out the black woman. Matter of fact, Django had saved one black woman from getting her ass whooping, and they was gonna beat her because she broke 2 eggs. She broke 2 eggs. And they was tying her ass up to the tree and about to fuck her back up. And he basically saved her from getting the ass whooped. Like the scriptures say, they that with a continual stroke. That during slavery, that stroke was continual, man. And they got off on whipping our backs and doing what you call a tree back. Because then your back looked like a tree after them welts sit up on there and they heal up. You got that tree back. Now on the slavery sign, we probably got a picture of the tree back on the slavery. Let's see if one of them slavery signs. We got, it should be a picture of a brother with a tree back. Maybe it's on this one. There you go right there. That's an example of a tree back right there. See that? Right there. Look at that. You see that? Look at that. They got off on doing that shit. They got off on doing that shit right there. Now, I remember when I seen the movie, what was the name of the movie? Not Mandingo, but the other one. Drum. In the movie Drum. When Yaphet Kotto and Drum were fighting each other. And Yaphet Kotto said, hey, your back marked up? Because they weren't beaten to that extent. Because they were champion fighters for their masters. So they had a little privilege. They had some type of privilege. So they weren't fucked up like that, their back. He had said to him, he said, you know, your back fucked up. That was in the movie Drum. And then the Edomite chick, she looked at Drum and him, and she was looking at them. She was young too. She wanted to get popped. She was a little hot ass. The master's daughter wanted to go down there and get that big black buck. And she said she was looking at them and their back ain't marked up. And she remarked and said, y'all some pretty nigga boys. She called them pretty because they wasn't marked up. There wasn't nothing cut off them. They didn't have welts on their body from being whooped and looking like that. That was in the movie Trump. I haven't seen that in a while, but I'm gonna dig that out my archive. I'm gonna throw that motherfucker in. Tomorrow, I'm gonna just be watching slavery movies all day, man. I'm gonna throw in Drum. I'm gonna throw in Mandinka. That's how the Clump's mama said, Mandinka. You look like Ken Norton in Mandinka. Ken Norton wasn't in Mandingo, he was in Drum. She mixed the 2 movies together. I'm gonna watch Mandingo. I'm gonna watch Drum. I'm gonna watch Goodbye Uncle Tom. And I'm watching Django. Goodbye Uncle Tom. And motherfucking Django. Uncle Tom's Cabin, I don't think I've ever seen that one, but I want to get it and check it out. I'm going to be watching him for the next couple of weeks, man. Reinvigorating that hatred, man. You know? But that's what these motherfuckers did, man. And they made sport of it. They made sport of it, man. Amistad was another one. The only reason why the British government was so-called abolishing slavery in the late 1800s, and the reason being it was happening was because it became very cheap to get slaves, and it was fucking their business up of them being slavers because the price was going down, so they couldn't get the top dollar that they once was getting for the slaves that they were getting. So their whole thing was to abolish it because it wasn't lucrative for them no more. You had the Portuguese and other people that were getting slaves and selling them much cheaper in the islands and everywhere else, cheaper than cutting the Brits, cutting their throats. So they cut everybody's throat by saying, look, we're going to abolish it. That's the only reason why that, but really because the Most High wanted it to end too. Number one, because the Most High wanted that to end as far as like that. But that's the reason behind that, man. Because their throats was being cut. They couldn't get the money per slave that they used to get. That's the reason why that. That's the reason why that happened. Hey.